you guys doing here? Well, guess that means it's time for another video. How's it going, guys? Today we're going to be making a video covering the top 5 most underrated heroes in Marvel Strike Force. I think that this list, you guys might disagree with me on some, but for the most part I think it should be a general consensus, and if you're like, well, I don't know about that, you should definitely try out the characters because they will surprise you because they're underrated. Let's get into it. Alright, so number 5, I'm putting Korath on here. I feel like nobody really uses him, but he's pretty good. Not as much nowadays because we have the Fury teams where they can go before anybody else, but before Fury teams, Korath was pretty much the only way that you could be lucky enough to get rid of or counter a Black Widow, because he'll use his third ability, which can ability block, and he always goes first. Super fast. So that's number 5, and it's because he used to be able to counter previous metas. He's still pretty good. I think he fits into a lot of places where he can just go first and just BAM! And maybe you guys didn't know that. Maybe if you're a newer player, or maybe not, but I still think he's pretty good. Now, do I want to say like, hey, pour all your resources into him? Probably not, but he's pretty good, and he's secretly good. So number 4, we have Mordo, and you might be saying, well, no, I know he's really good, but a lot of people do not seem to know that he's very good. I only recently hopped on to trying him, and I'm just blown away. His basic gives random negative debuffs. His second ability can blind an entire group of enemies, as well as he can stun. That's pretty crazy. His third ability is a mass healing immunity, so people can no longer heal, so that's really good. And then his unique ability allows him to heal based on other people dying. He gets bonus healing on Mystic characters dying, but he also gets bonus energy. It's just crazy. So if you're fighting a team with, like, in the raids maybe, that has like a lot of minions, you can toss him in there and he'll be blinding and stunning people constantly, and he won't even need any healing. He just keeps going. So Mordo, really good. Check him out. He is someone I would say invest in if you kind of have all your other ducks in a line, like in the arena store. Like if you have like the standard people already done, then I would definitely say do Mordo. So number 3, we have Hawkeye, and I know, again, some of you endgame guys might be like, oh no, I already know he's pretty good, but I don't know, guys. For me, for the longest time, I didn't invest anything in him, frankly, because I just thought he looked dumb. The purple sunglasses are kind of like, for me, but I don't know. He is very good. He has a dispel that clears the positive effects off of the target and the 2 adjacent people, so that's pretty handy. It's pretty good. Then he has his AoE blind ability, which used to be inconsistent, I feel like, but now recently every time I've used him, it seems to blind the whole team. So I don't know if I'm just getting lucky recently or what, but that, and then he's pretty anti-stealth. If you upgrade his final ability, he will just attack somebody who's in stealth, and does pretty decent damage. So that, and he can't be blinded, and he hits through evade, so that's pretty cool on his basic. So that's pretty cool, pretty helpful. I like him. So he's definitely someone I use for raids, but I also know a lot of people use him in the arena. I think the top few guys in my arena chart have him in arena, so that's another person that, you know, I used him for the Iron Man event, so that's why I have him start up. He's a good character, so something to think about. All right, and then the number two character on this list, who is probably one of the most underrated characters in this game, is the Shield Medic. She used to be okay back in the day. I mean, she's like the first little healer you get, but she is so good. Her healing is huge, and she gives extra healing on her turn, kind of like how Night Nurse is, but she can revive. And so, I don't know, overall gives the offense down and reduces the turn meter on her basic. It's just, overall, just a very good kit. Very solid, very simple, really. I mean, just 2 abilities and a unique ability. But she's very good. I think that a lot of people just look at her and it's like, oh, it's a minion. Like, I don't want a minion. Like, it's kind of like how people kind of were, or at least me, especially with Hand Sentry. When he was really, really good in Arena, it was kind of like, oh, I don't want to use him because he's just a minion. But definitely think that she's really good. And she's one I think is worth investing in, because eventually you get a Nick Fury team, and then she'll be really good with that. So if you have her, I'm not saying pour all your resources into her, but maybe if you're a newer player and you don't have Night Nurse, or maybe if you're an older player and you don't have Night Nurse or don't have her strong, but you do have a shield medic. I mean, it can balance out. She's pretty good, and I think that she could take the place there. So. All right, and then what I believe is the number one most underrated character in this game is Gamora. You might be saying, what? Gamora? No, I don't think so. I don't agree with that. But you guys obviously have not used her. Gamora, I feel like nobody talks about her because you don't really use her in arena at all. But in raids, oh my goodness, she is just incredible. Just incredible. And she's, I believe, my third highest powered character. Third or fourth? Yeah, third highest powered character. And so for me, she's so good in raids, especially if you stick her, if you have a team, you run the team, so you have Gamora in the middle, you have Star-Lord, Thanos on one side, then you could have whoever else on the other sides. But if you put her in the middle getting that energy, what she does is that she can take people out, and then she gets energy, and then her abilities, if she takes people out with her ability, she gets 100% turn meter. So if she takes somebody out with her third ability, which is like a huge hit, hits for like 30 to 40,000 without anything, because she gives herself an offense up buff, so you don't even have to have offense up on her. She already gets it to herself. And if you do that, and it hits for like 30 to 40,000, you take somebody out, you get energy. You can use the second ability, which is kind of just like a person-to-person, a chaining ability. And if you have somebody low enough health, you can use that ability, get somebody else, and then you'll probably get enough energy to use one of them again, and you just keep going back and forth, I was using her in a raid this morning, and I took out, I think, like 5 or 6 people in a row without anybody else getting a turn. So, granted, she's kind of dependent on that sort of ability. You have to have Thanos, and Star-Lord helps, but mostly Thanos. And so maybe you're saying, well, my Thanos is weak, and no, I don't know. But so maybe, you know, she's underrated because she's dependent on other characters. But when you put her in that team in a raid, it makes a huge difference. If you know a node that just has a lot of minions that are just weak or summons, then she's gonna be your MVP. So I just don't feel like I ever hear anyone talk about Gamora. So that's why I think she's the number one most underrated character. And maybe it's just because mine's really strong and any character is good at this power level, but I don't think so. Her kit is really, really good. And even on her basic, she can hit up to 3 times, and sometimes for 20,000 each. So on a basic, that can be up to 60,000 damage. That's crazy. If you guys have any other characters that you would add to this list, go ahead and leave it in a comment below. I'd love to hear about it and see what you think. I'm sure there's other characters that I'm missing simply because I just haven't used them. If you guys like the video, then go ahead and leave me a like. And if you're new around here, go ahead and subscribe, because that helps me out and helps me know that you guys like what I'm putting out. So all that said, guys, appreciate you, thankful for you. Go ahead and like and share this video. Hail Hydra.